You know, I'm sure many people here will agree it's rather unusual for an elected official to be in Iraq instead of sitting behind a desk at the state capitol. Tell us, why are you there?
Being an elected official and coming over here, I think there are several points, and one is nobody should be above serving. And when we go to war, when we get into these types of situations, we all need to chip in when we can. My hope is that and it has been encouraging to some of the men and women that I serve with to think that an elected official will get down and breathe in some of this sand just like the rest of us. The second thing is that for me personally, when my reserve unit out of Peoria, Illinois got mobilized for the second time, it just, I felt like I needed to contribute. I felt like I had things that I could contribute, and fortunately the system worked out pretty good that I could come and help them work on government issues and help build that capacity so that we could go home. And the third thing I would just like to say is I couldn't have done this without the support that I received at home, whether it was with my family, my staff, and most importantly with my colleagues, Republicans and Democrats, who have come and helped during the floods, who have come and helped with office hours, who have come and helped with ag issues, you name it. Republicans and Democrats alike have come in and really protected and supported the 97th District. And I, for one, look at that and say this is the way government should work. And I hope to help continue that when I get back.
In Iraq, you're tens of thousands of miles away from your district. How are you able to serve your constituents from Iraq?
Well, there's a couple ways to make sure the 97th District and my constituents are taken care of. One is communications. I mean, technology today is unbelievable. When I compare what it was like in Desert Storm when I was here to now, it's unbelievably different. We have access to email. We have access to phone banks and can call home. I think I made a call maybe once every 6 weeks during Desert Storm. I could pretty much call, every day, every other day here. Email on a daily basis. So my office we're wired in there, wired in with the kids. Can make phone calls back and forth as needed. It's kind of funny when I have the opportunity to call home and talk to a constituent who needs help with something, to say, hey, this is Jim Watson calling from Iraq. One, it's a reminder that, wow, we have progressed technologically. And two, it's good just to keep in touch with the district. So the second way I've been able to do this is, again, my colleagues have helped out. And again, I will say, it's been bipartisan. I got help from both sides of the aisle and truly appreciative of that.
And what are the communications that allow you to keep in touch with your family?
Well, like I said, with my family, it's email or phone calls. I do get some letters and send some letters. Kind of writing letters is a lost art, but I can still tell you, being here in the middle of the desert, when you get a letter from someone that they took the time to handwrite and send a little card, send some pictures, that means a lot. Emails are also, the good thing about emails is it's just so easy to do. You can have a thought, boom, boom, send it. But those two ways, writing and emailing and phone calls are kind of what keep you connected with your family, with your kids, and with the folks back home.
And Representative, as we close, do you have any word to share with your fellow lawmakers back here in Springfield?
The one thing I wish, the experience, I will definitely be a better legislator because of this experience. And I wish everyone could see, what these folks have endured when I'm talking about the lawmakers now here in Iraq and how hard it is to build what you have. We cannot take what we have for granted. We cannot allow the process to be manipulated or distorted in any way by anyone, Republican or Democrat, governor, senator, member of the House, whatever. This is a process that needs to be cherished and protected. And when you see these folks struggle, you realize that. You realize that what we have is special and needs to be protected. I think the other thing that I get out of this, again, being here, is just how grateful I am that my colleagues stepped up to help out, and that this system can work if we decide to work together and you have the right type of leadership.
One last thing, how can the average Illinois citizens help the troops who are serving there in Iraq?
I think there are lots of ways people can help, and I came here because I didn't want to wake up one day and be 75 and say I should have done it. And a lot of people helped me, to be able to do this. But there are kids that we've gotten Girl Scout cookies from Girl Scout troops who decided, this is how I'll contribute to this cause and this effort. We've got people that I work with in the embassy, the PRT, which is Provincial Reconstruction Team, who have come in from different backgrounds, whether it's local government or economics, and said, you know what, I'm going to take time off and go over here and help. So there's lots of ways that people can contribute. I think the one thing I would want most people back home to know is you know, we're blessed. We take things for granted, but we're so blessed to have what we have. And we're also blessed to have people, men and women, who will come over here and carry this water and walk this wall to try to make the world a better place. Well, I'd like to thank the Illinois Channel for this opportunity to share with you my experiences. I will be back in the States in September, and we'll be back to work in Illinois in October. It's been a great experience here. I'm looking forward to seeing my family and friends and getting back to work for the people of the 97th District. So greetings from Ramadi, and look forward to seeing you all in the fall.
And thank you, Representative Watson. We'll look forward for your return to Illinois. One other thing, ladies and gentlemen, after we talked with Representative Watson, he also sent some video to us to show some of the conditions that the troops have to face with the unique weather conditions there. Back to Representative Watson.
No need to adjust your set. We just stepped outside to let you experience what a major dust storm or sandstorm is like here in Iraq. I've been here since February, and this is by far the worst that I have experienced. I've talked to Marines who are on their second and third tour, and they said they've never experienced anything quite this thick, quite this bad. Visibility, as you can tell, is probably down to 100 meters. The challenge this face is this environment when you have these dust storms, and we get them, monthly, not this bad, but these things will blow up every month. The challenge is just it gets everywhere. It gets into your eyes, your ears, and it's so thick today that it makes breathing pretty difficult. Some of us who are fortunate enough to be on base today or the last couple days, this is not a big deal. We can go inside and contend with it. But for those Marines and those soldiers who are out on security detail or managing checkpoints, this is a big challenge for them. Breathing is difficult. If you are into a high intensity environment, that it makes it a challenge. But every deployment has its weather related and climate related challenges, and for us in Iraq, this is one of them.
And again, our thanks to Representative Jim Watson and the Military Armed Forces TV personnel that made that interview possible. For the Illinois Channel, I'm Terry Martin. You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois. If you have any comments or questions on our programming, please email us at illinoischannel@aol.com.